Meet the Saints session, the final Meet the Saints session. So thank you all for joining us once again. Unfortunately, just to start things off, we only have 4 players on the call here tonight. Marcus is unable to join the call with us. So we have Tristan Lemyre, Tommy Middleton, Max Montes, and Riley Roesenthal. Again, to all the fans who have been joining us throughout these Zoom calls, we really appreciate it. I'm sure you guys are interested in getting to know this final group of Saints players. So without further ado, we're going to bring them on here and have them introduce themselves one by one. 3 newer faces and 1 returner here on this call. So we'll get started with the most familiar face on this call, Tommy Middleton. Tommy, thanks for joining us. Good to have you back on the team this year. And I guess for fans that might not know you that well or might not remember you from last year because it's been 7.5 months since we've had hockey, a little bit of a reintroduction, and how does it feel to be back?
Well, let's start with, I'm Tommy Middleton. I'm number 10, and I'm a left wing forward for the Dubuque Fighting Saints. It really feels amazing to be back. I mean, you said it yourself, 7 months. That's a tremendous amount of time without hockey in it, and it just feels fantastic to get back to things.
Fantastic. Next up, we'll introduce you to Riley Roesenthal. Riley, kind of the same thing if you want to introduce yourself like Tommy did, and then maybe give us how you started in the game of hockey.
I'm Riley Roesenthal. I'm a right defenseman for the Dubuque Fighting Saints this season. Started playing hockey, just kind of grew up at the rink. My older brother was playing down in Florida, so I basically from 2 weeks after I was born, I was at the ice rink, just always there, and just started playing around like 5 and just haven't stopped.
Awesome. Next up, we have Max Montes. Max, you were up here with the team for 1 game last year. You did get some USHL experience with the Fighting Saints. Introduce yourself to the fans and then maybe tell us a little bit about that experience with Dubuque and being able to play your first USHL game.
I'm Max Montes. I'm from Wisconsin, and last year I got to play in 1 USHL game against Waterloo, and I think it was just a really good experience for me knowing how the game was played in the USHL, way different than AAA hockey, and I'm really excited to be here now full time, and I can't wait for the future.
And last but not least, we have Tristan Lemyre. Tristan joining us from Canadian Juniors, coming over to the USHL. Tristan, again, if you just want to introduce yourself to the fans and kind of like Riley, maybe explain how you started playing hockey.
Yeah, so my name is Tristan Lemyre. I'm from Montreal in Canada. So I just started playing when I was probably 5 years old, and I've always wanted to put on a pair of skates, and the second I did it, I just loved it, and here I am playing with the Dubuque Fighting Saints this season.
Awesome. And again, guys, thanks for the introduction. We have Tristan Lemyre, Max Montes, Riley Roesenthal, and Tommy Middleton here on the call tonight for fans that weren't here off the bat. Tristan, I want to start with you. First question being, you won the SJHL Rookie of the Year last year. What was that honor like to be recognized as the top rookie in the league? We'll unmute you for this question so you can answer without hand signals.
Yeah, for sure. I was very proud of it because there was a lot of adversity in that season, and it was probably the best season I ever had. But I just felt proud with everything I did that season, and worked on a lot of things, and was really well surrounded. So yeah, it felt really good.
And Riley, we're welcoming you back here or this summer, we welcome you back for the second time to a main camp. This is the first time you're with the Fighting Saints post main camp. From the first time we saw you, that first summer you came to main camp to right now, where do you think you've grown as a player?
I've just gotten a little bit bigger, a little faster, a little smarter, just learned the game more, and I kind of just have a better foundation, for starting my first season here.
And I guess a quick follow-up question to that, because in talking with Callie and Oliver, the first time you came to main camp, you were 15 years old, and they said they were still pretty impressed, and you thought that you had a real good shot at making that team. It might have just been a lack of experience is the only reason why you weren't there. So did you have a set goal as to what you were going to really try to set out to do that next season to make it back to main camp and make the jump to where you are right now?
Well, yeah, after that camp was great for me, just kind of learning the ropes a little bit, seeing what's to come. And, I went back to my AAA team, worked on just getting faster, getting bigger, just learning the game more to be prepared to come back this year and, be on the team and make my mark here.
And Max, I know I asked you about that first USHL game experience, but diving into a little bit more than just that, you didn't just spend that one game or that one day with Dubuque. You were able to spend about a week and a half here with the Fighting Saints. What did you learn in that week and a half about the USHL and maybe certain aspects that aren't just on the ice that have helped you become or helped you coming back to camp here?
Oh yeah, I felt like I learned a lot just day in the life of every player and like what they had to do to be successful at this level, and especially have to move the puck way faster and got to be on time and can't be late, and that's definitely a new learning experience for me for sure. But each day is a new learning experience, and again, I can't wait for the next hopefully 2 years I'm here.
Tommy, for you, obviously we mentioned second year back in camp. How do you feel like your mindset is different this year versus the first time you came here into Dubuque?
Well, last year was a bit overwhelming. Just the level of professionalism that is done here. This year I'm coming in, I know more of the systems. I know how we play. I know how the coaches act. I know how everything really runs week to week and day by day. So it helped me out a lot coming in with a year of experience under my belt.
And another thing that we've talked about to other returners coming back is the fact that there are a lot of returners coming back. So how does it feel to be back with a lot of faces that you knew from last year and that familiarity that you've already built with those players?
Oh, it feels great. I mean, it's just amazing to see all those guys again. I mean, we had a really special bond last year, and I can't wait to make and forge new connections with the new guys this year.
And Riley, obviously you weren't on the team last year, but there are a lot of players, like Tommy said, that they already knew were coming into this team from last year's team. How has it helped you as a newer guy to have a lot of experienced people to talk to?
It's great. Anytime I have a question, all the boys are pretty nice. Just ask them anything, just how to get by practice, how to make it through, just kind of keep your head straight and keep focused on, getting better and getting ready to win some games here. It's great. They give me great feedback, great information. They're super helpful because, they've done it. They know what to expect. They know what they need to do. So I'm just trying to use them to figure out what I need to do.
Awesome. We'll take our first question from the fans. We got some fans' questions submitted before this event tonight. Also, if you guys have questions that pop up during the meeting, you can just throw them in the chat, and we will be able to answer those questions as well. So the first question is for everyone, and we'll start with Tristan. It was, who was your favorite hockey player growing up to watch and why?
Growing up, I changed a lot, but it would probably be Alexander Ovechkin. I mean, when we were a kid, he has always been the guy who scored most goals in the league, and he always has been great at scoring goals, and he was just obviously someone I was looking up to.
Yes. Max, we'll go to you now. Same exact question. Favorite player growing up and why?
I mean, I gotta go with the obvious here, Sidney Crosby. I mean, he's just an elite player, and as a kid, I always loved him. And actually, in second grade, I got to see him play, and it's probably one of the best experiences of my life.
Riley, I saw you shake your head to that answer. So who's your favorite player growing up and why, and what do you have against Sidney Crosby?
I'm a huge Ovi guy. I've grown up loving Ovechkin. Just the excitement he brings to every game, every time he's on the ice, every time he shoots the puck. You think it's going to go in. Something's going to happen when he's on the ice, and for me growing up, just watching him play, it just made the game exciting. He made it look like a party out there. And, I'm not a big Penguins guy, so Crosby is
And I guess for you as well as a defenseman, obviously love watching Ovi growing up. Who was maybe a defenseman that you try to model your game after, or feel your game resembles?
I think John Carlson, and another Caps guy. He just has great poise with the puck. He finds great passing lanes, and he has a wicked shot from the point. He can run a power play. He's one of the best players and the best defenseman in the league right now. And just, I love watching him play, just his play style. I try and model myself after him.
Finally, we'll hop over to you there, Tommy. A favorite player growing up to watch and why?
Coming from Michigan, I love the Red Wings, and so from that, it was the Pavel Datsyuk, the Magic Man. I loved watching him play, like just what he can do with the puck and his defensive ability with takeaways and everything. It was just amazing.
Nice. This next question is for Tristan, Riley, and Max. Got to leave Tommy out because fans were able to watch you play games last year. But we'll start with you, Max. And just for the fans that didn't watch the one game you played against Waterloo or haven't seen you in main camp or training camp, how would you describe your style of play to fans that have never seen you play before?
I think of myself as a highly skilled forward. I'm pretty fast, and I have really good vision on the ice, and I'm pretty agile too, so I can get away from players. But some might say I have pretty big muscles on the team, but that's just kind of I'm talking. I want to say, or me talking. But no, yeah, I think I'm a highly skilled forward though.
Follow-up question that just came into the chat, also for you, Max. It says, "Who is your favorite billet brother?"
Actually, you can hear him laughing upstairs, but that's no answer. I can't answer that. I just gotta stay humble, but you never know. Maybe Luke, it's maybe Danny.
Interesting. Yeah, we'll have to come back, follow up maybe at the end of this and see if you can answer for sure. Riley, describe yourself as a player. I know you kind of did a little bit when talking about your player comp, but how would you describe yourself as a defenseman?
I'm a bit of a bigger guy, so I try to use my size to my advantage, protecting the puck and stuff. Just finding the breakout passes, breaking up plays, pretty much anything I can do on the ice to make an impact on the game. That's what I'll do. But I'm more of a slower guy, so I try to let my passing do the work for me and just finding the open guys.
And Tristan, finally, how would you describe yourself as a player?
I love to skate. Like I'm just, it's probably my biggest strength, like my speed, and I also shooting the puck. So and yeah, I can make plays and get away from other players. Yeah.
Tommy, we won't ask you to describe your style of play, but I would like to ask you just about the first 2 weeks or so of practice and kind of evaluating where the team is at right now. Obviously, not a lot of time to get to know guys and to practice before the regular season starts, but how do you feel overall the first 2 weeks have gone?
Oh, I feel great. Start of a season last year, even though we were outstanding, there's still a lot of moving parts. It's guys learning new systems, like changing your whole aspect. But I'm really excited about this next year. We've got a lot of these new young guys, and new guys are really fast and really skilled, and I think it's going to be a really exciting group.
Got another question from the fans that was submitted before this, asking about pets. So we'll start with Tommy and we'll move our way down the line. It can be pets from back home where you usually live or in your billet house or both, but any pets back home? And if so, what type of pet and what are their names?
I have a dog at home. He's a little Shih Tzu. His name is Sammy. And I guess when I was younger, I had pet frogs too. So I guess that's kind of cool.
Max, how about you?
Back at home, I got 2 dogs. One's named Bauer and one's Cece. They're sometimes annoying at times, but end of the day, they're good dogs.
Riley, what's it look like for you?
No pets back at home for me. I mean, I consider my little brother to kind of take place of a dog. But here at the billet house, I got a dog named Macy and a cat named Charlie who doesn't like me that much. So that's I don't think he's too happy I'm here, but Macy seems to like me, so it's been good.
1 out of 2 is not bad. Uh, Tristan, we'll move on to you finally. What's the pet situation like?
Yeah, I just have a cat back home, and his name is PK for PK Subban. So yeah, that's all I have. And here where I billet, they have two dogs, and one is Blue, and the other one is Captain. And yeah, they're all puppy. They're like 1 and 2, I think. So they love running, and yeah, they're really nice.
Awesome. We'll start again with this rapid fire because we've got this question a lot. But we'll start with you, Tristan. A lot of time, obviously, some downtime here in the last few months to watch some TV. What was 1 or 2 favorite TV shows that you watched here in the last few months?
I love the Last Dance with on Netflix. I thought that was great, and also watched again Game of Thrones. I just love that show. Yeah.
Riley, how about you? What was the go-to binge watching?
Go-to start of quarantine had to be Tiger King. That was just a roller coaster of emotions watching that show. It was all over the place. And then, I went back to the classics, rewatched The Office a few times, That 70s Show, just kept it simple.
Max, how about you? What were you watching during the start of quarantine?
Start of quarantine, I kind of got into All American, and as Riley said, the Tiger King. But some recently things, I just started watching The Ranch, and that's probably one of my favorite shows so far. And just started watching The Bachelor too, so that's always exciting.
Tommy, finally for you, what were 1 or 2 go-tos?
Well, I watched Tiger King. I watched All American season 2 came out on Netflix, so I watched that. But I really enjoyed The Last Dance, and I also really enjoyed Peaky Blinders too. That was really good.
Nice. Riley, next question for you, and Max will also get your input on this one too. But even though you guys, Max has played in 1 regular season USHL game, Riley, you got your first preseason action over this past weekend. What was it like to be in a game situation, and how do you feel overall it went for you?
Felt it went good. It was my second time around trying to in preseason. So I knew a little bit of what to expect, but it's always different than the year before. So it was just getting used to the speed of the game. You have to think much quicker. It's much more physical. So it was just kind of adapting to that. And I feel I got better as the game went on. And I think I'll only get better as we start getting into regular season here.
And then Max, kind of the same question for you overall, maybe personally first, but then as a team, how do you feel like the weekend went for you guys?
For me, I think the weekend went pretty well. I mean, I think I was pretty just like nervous or scared going into that first game, didn't know what to expect. And I mean, I think I handled it pretty well. I think I improved over the weekend, and even though we lost the second game, though, I think the team improved as well. I mean, we're a highly skilled group of kids here, and we're definitely going to make a run here for the cup.
We've got just a few more minutes here as we wrap things up with our final Meet the Saints Zoom call. We'll start with Tristan and then again go down the line here. But we're talking favorite foods. I guess if you could have one meal, what would your go-to meal be, Tristan, and why?
It would probably be steak. I just love red meat, and yeah, I think that would be it. It's just great. I could eat steak, yeah, every time. Yeah.
Awesome. Riley, how about you?
You never go wrong with some chicken parma pasta. That's for sure. That's a go-to for me.
Perfect. Max?
Uh, I love the steak, but if I really had to go with my go-to, I gotta get some Chick-fil-A.
Tommy, last but not least, what's the go-to for you?
I'm with Tristan. Love steak. steak and potatoes. That's really good meal.
Perfect. We'll keep things going here with a few more questions before we officially wrap things up. Tommy, last year, I would say that you created a little bit of a brand as maybe I don't know, team jokester, something along those lines. Who's the easiest to mess with on last year's team, and has that changed this year? Is there someone easier to mess with?
Steve-O and Jimmy were really easy to mess with. Steve-O was really easy to mess with because he couldn't tell if you were being serious or not, and he'd get all worried, and it'd be hilarious. And same with Rob. Rob was a lot of fun to mess around with too. This year, I love messing around with Aiden McCarthy. He gets all hot and bothered really easily. And the new guys, just watch out because I'm gonna start messing with you guys more soon here. So,
alrighty. Final question here. We'll start with Tristan, and then we'll get a couple more answers here. But Tristan, you've got a few more days of practice this week. What do you think are important for the team to focus on moving into this next weekend of games?
I think it's just doing like the right things in practice, like listening to coach, be focused, and put work in it. And I think everything should be fine because we're still learning some stuff about like the systems and everything. And I think we just got to be focused and put work in and try to get a little bit of chemistry going on. And we should be ready to go.
Max, speaking of chemistry, obviously this season presents a lot of unique challenges that you usually don't have in a hockey season. So even with those challenges, what's it been like to get to know the guys so far in this year's group, and how has that been working out with kind of the restrictions that have been put on the team?
I want to say at first it was kind of hard just going into it, not knowing anyone. And there's a few familiar faces from last year that I recognized and I could talk to. But I feel like at the start it was just kind of hard. But now I feel like all the boys are like all beauties and they're all very nice. And it's just really fun at the rink talking to them and getting to know them even more because we can't do it outside of the rink because of all these restrictions. But I feel like everyone on the team's very nice, and again, I can't wait to get to know them more.
Riley, what's been the best part of training camp so far for you personally, and I guess what are you looking forward to for this upcoming week of games?
So far, it's just been a lot of learning, a lot of stuff I've never seen before. Hockey-wise, it's a lot of systems and little details that have never been taught. So it's exciting to kind of learn the ropes on that aspect of it. Going into this weekend, we're just trying to, build more chemistry, get a little bit more comfortable with each other on the ice because, obviously we've only been together for 2 or 3 weeks now. So it's still fresh. We have a lot of skill. We just need to, put it all together, and the system that OD's put in place for us is perfect for us to do that.
And Tommy, we'll let you take the final word here. As the returner and knowing what to expect, I guess, when the regular season rolls around, if there were one or two things that the team could really solidify and really get close to 100% before the season starts, what do you think are a few things that are most important to the success of the team if they could get those buttoned down right away?
I definitely think that we need to get down just the basics, like like what our forecheck is, what our D-zone coverage is, and like how we want to enter the zone on when we have the puck and we're trying to score, and like when we are in the O-zone, what we're doing and all that other stuff. Special teams, that's a huge part of the game too, and maybe we can solidify that in the next week or two before we start the regular season. But that's about it.
Awesome. Well, Tommy, Max, Riley, and Tristan, thanks for joining us tonight, and to all the fans again who have joined tonight and have joined over the past sessions as well. We thank you as well for taking the time. If you want to rewatch these sessions, we'll be posting them on YouTube. And for fans that don't know or haven't grabbed their tickets yet, Big game coming up, final one of the preseason on Friday night, so you can catch everyone here in action. One final time, Tommy, Max, Riley, thanks again. And Tristan, of course, thanks for joining us, and you guys take care.
Yep, you too. Thank you, guys.